Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in China visit some cataract sufferers as part of their winter aid distribution preparations. And volunteers in Taiwan start assembling blessing and wisdom red envelopes for the upcoming year-end celebrations. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. As winter slowly approaches, Tzu Chi volunteers in Shanghai, China are taking the first steps ahead of their annual winter aid distribution, which includes medical aid for the poor. In both October and December, volunteers will be visiting the 328 low-income cataract sufferers that are slated for surgery in the upcoming months. With volunteers having a total of 328 aid recipients to visit, having the correct information beforehand is vital.
This helps save on time. Later, please introduce us.
Today, the volunteers from Shanghai are visiting cataract sufferers. Mr. Gao's son died early, leaving him to take care of his mentally disabled grandson. Gao now worries who will take care of his grandson when he is gone. Volunteers have been working to give the poor in Jiangsu access to cataract surgery, while some first-time volunteers also hope to get children to play more proactive roles in caring for their elders.
I discovered that for a simple cataract surgery, the fee is around 1,000 RMB, which is affordable for us, but for them is a huge burden. So many don't get the problem taken care of and just endure it.
Volunteers also made a stop at a local hospital. 82-year-old Mr. Zhu has complete confidence in his treatment.
The surgery was a success. I don't feel any pain.
Now, having recovered his own eyesight, Mr. Zhu gives what he can so Tzu Chi can help others receive the same opportunity. Tzu Chi volunteers in Jordan have been providing continuous support for their care recipients. Among them is a nomadic Pakistani family who is always on the move. As an elder of the family suffers from cancer, the volunteers must search for their campsite before delivering the medication the senior needs each time. A Pakistani nomadic family in need lives in Jordan's desert, and thus it takes Tzu Chi volunteers at least 2 hours to track them down when visiting every 3 months. Hussein was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. The Tzu Chi Jordan chapter has paid for her operation and follow-up hospital visits, plus delivering medication, which volunteers have never failed to accomplish. As well, the chapter also prepares emergency subsidies for 22 Syrian refugee families on a monthly basis. This love and care for the refugees has meant a great deal, especially after the UN's medical outreach program in the area ended. To celebrate its 15th anniversary, the Tzu Chi New Zealand chapter held a gratitude concert and invited members of the public to come embrace Tzu Chi's message of compassionate relief. While in Dallas, Texas, of the United States, the local Tzu Chi chapter decided to donate the proceeds from their annual autumn charity fundraiser to help Syrian refugees who will be coming into the country.
Outside, shredded daikon strips are laid out to dry. Inside, the cooking continues. The kitchen of the Tzu Chi Dallas chapter has been busy like this for 2 weeks already.
This takes some skill to do. You got to put some muscle into it.
From the volunteers' hands comes vegetarian chicken and healthy steamed buns.
All of these are healthy food. There are no preservatives in them, and they are also filled with love.
The chapter is holding a charity fundraiser with the proceeds going towards helping Syrian refugees. On October 10th, 20 delicious Taiwanese treats were made available to waiting customers.
I want to buy some vegetarian food for my children, and this is a Tzu Chi fundraiser after all. We also love coming down here.
The wide variety of traditional Taiwanese treats, not commonly seen in the U.S., quickly gets picked up.
卖完了之后呢，你们后面还有吗？
没有了。所以我跟你说，你要买赶快。
100多。好不好吃？好吃。
By supporting the fundraiser, participants send their love to those in need, while giving their bodies something healthy and nutritious to snack on. It is the same festive mood in New Zealand, as the local Tzu Chi chapter celebrates its 15th anniversary. The concert to mark the occasion was attended by many VIPs, including the Directorate General of the TICO office in Auckland and the President of the New Zealand National Party. A prison officer, Tibi, befriended Tzu Chi volunteers during their regular prison outreach program. After coming today, he finally learned the scope of Tzu Chi's work.
We can change hearts in the prison, change minds in the prison, then we feel that will set our men up for when they leave. They will have a better opportunity and a better chance of becoming more contributing citizens outside the prison.
The kindergartners from the chapter school's on-stage performance was warmly received. Next, the students of the Chinese class demonstrate Tzu Chi's humanitarianism through a sign language song. A social worker is especially thankful for Tzu Chi's scholarship program in helping students in need.
We received scholarships for our children, which we're very thankful for. These children, if they weren't able to get these scholarships, they wouldn't be able to fulfill their dreams.
After 15 years of cultivation, many seeds of love have now blossomed and bloomed in New Zealand. In the finale, 17 volunteers took to the stage to deliver the message behind all of Tzu Chi's work.
We have more musical news. Currently, Taiwan's renowned musical group VOX a cappella is on a nationwide tour around the United States to raise funds for the Tzu Chi Foundation. At the group's most recent concert held at the Tzu Chi Northwest Region chapter, their beautiful voices touched the hearts of countless audience members.
The charity concert organized by the Tzu Chi Northwest Region chapter features VOX a cappella, a renowned musical group from Taiwan. The group not only prepared a collection of Tzu Chi songs, but also featured pop songs.
We're very honored to be a part of this charity fundraiser and share our music with all the audience members. We hope that Tzu Chi volunteers and members can continue to spread their love to more people in need.
Various arts and crafts were also on sale to allow participants to support a meaningful cause and a chance to put their love into action.
79-year-old Mr. Deng lives in a 10-square-meter apartment in Hong Kong that he has neglected to maintain over the last 6 years. Tzu Chi volunteers had, on several occasions, offered to help the senior tidy up his surroundings, but to no avail. Later, we see how the senior finally accepted the volunteers' help and agreed to let them clean up his home. Let's first join Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia as they help the care recipient family declutter their home and start anew.
Under a tent, a group of Tzu Chi volunteers work to separate recyclables from trash, while another group is cleaning and wiping down furniture. Today, 41 volunteers from Bukit Kecil, Malacca have come to give Tzu Chi care recipient Robia a hand.
We will do our best to help you, but you have to take care of yourself, especially now that you can't see properly.
Suffering from kidney disease, high blood pressure and poor vision as a result of diabetes, Robia is in no condition to care for her sick husband and her 9-year-old daughter, let alone maintain her home.
She cannot manage household chores on her own, so their things have really piled up. Whenever we visit, we've asked her to tidy her house up a bit, but she could never manage it.
Today, volunteers were joined by 9 elementary school students who came to experience the joy of serving others.
We moved the items outside and swept the floors. I'm happy because we helped this family clean their home. Fatiha, you have to help around the house more. Make sure things are always returned to their right place, okay?
Knowing that their assistance is only a temporary fix, volunteers reminded Rabia to get into the habit of keeping a clean house.
I'm very impressed.
The house looks so spotless now. I promise to keep it clean and tidy. I believe we will be happier too.
Now that Rabia's home has been transformed into a warm and inviting place, the family looks forward to starting with a clean slate. Tzu Chi volunteers first have a quick meeting before setting out to work.
We will move out all the old items first, then form a human chain and pass everything down.
Today, a challenging task lies ahead for Tzu Chi volunteers as they are helping 79-year-old Mr. Deng tidy up his home. Volunteers first have to travel up a narrow staircase before taking the elevator onto the next floor to get to the senior's house on the 11th floor. Finally moving out all the broken and unwanted furniture, volunteers then had to travel several blocks to a yard to dispose of them.
In Hong Kong, we are not permitted to throw our garbage wherever we please. We didn't want to inconvenience anyone. That's why we decided to move it here.
Now that the house is cleared of clutter, volunteers next work on getting rid of the stubborn wall stains.
I thought you only came to help me clean the exhaust fan. I never imagined that you'd come here and help me clean up my entire home.
Volunteers installed a new security gate and brought a new bed and refrigerator for Mr. Deng to mark a new beginning in his now clean home.
Bless you, you have all our blessings. With the Tzu Chi Year Blessing ceremonies only 2 months away, Tzu Chi volunteers across Taiwan have begun assembling blessing and wisdom red envelopes that will be handed out during that occasion. Among them are volunteers young and old in various locations in the Greater Taipei area who are working hard to assemble the red envelopes embedded with their good wishes on behalf of Tzu Chi.
Watching the master's teachings while assembling the blessing and wisdom red envelopes is one volunteer's way of focusing her attention.
I listen to the master's teachings with my ears and focus on making the envelopes with my eyes.
The assembly of the blessing and wisdom red envelopes has begun at the Tzu Chi Guandu grounds. Senior volunteer Yang Xi has been participating for 9 consecutive years. Another assembly line can be seen at the Tzu Chi Banqiao grounds.
The master forms good affinities with the public using red envelopes. It is an important matter. I come to do this with gratitude and joy.
In assembling the red envelopes, the volunteers hope to form good affinities with all recipients. Every inch matters here. The volunteers at the Tzu Chi Taipei Eastern District Office need to make 38,000 blessing and wisdom red envelopes for overseas volunteers in 8 days. Therefore, mindfulness is the key.
The procedures are easier this year, but if you did not glue the 2 points properly, the red envelopes become unusable.
Please come here to cultivate. Assembling red envelopes is the best way to form good affinities and cultivate. Maybe you would say sorry, thank you, and excuse me many times today.
The The volunteers work hard to assemble the red envelopes in hopes that their good wishes will eventually reach those who receive this precious gift.
According to government statistics, Taiwan is among the world's fastest aging nation, with an average life expectancy of nearly 80. Thus, many organizations, public and private, have rolled out various campaigns to get more able-bodied seniors out of the house and into the community. Here in Taichung, Mrs. Young helps manage her family's auto part business, while back at home, she also takes care of her in-laws who are both in their 80s.
Her mobility is not like before, so I am always careful to guide her down the stairs.
Mrs. Young says younger generations are now focused on their careers without time to take care of the elderly. Thankfully, she herself got married young, and with her children grown, she now still has some energy left to take care of her in-laws.
Some are getting married and having children later, on top of which there are parents to take care of, so it's like burning a candle at both ends.
In Taiwan, family situations like the Youngs are not uncommon, as it's become the norm for those in their 60s and 70s to take care of their aging parents who are in their 90s. Thus, helping seniors to stay active in their old age has become an important issue for many organizations. This group of seniors is getting a lesson on knitting, with these grandmothers completing their first knitting project in their life.
I've learned a lot here and gained a sense of accomplishment. I'm glad that I can still learn new skills at my age.
Here, the seniors interact with one another and make new friends. It is hoped that more seniors out there will take the time to enjoy their retirement by learning new things instead of sitting at home watching TV. In related news, Taiwan is facing a severe pension crisis, much like in Greece. Compound the problem with low birth rates and a rapidly aging society, seniors are now encouraged to retire later so as to minimize the financial burden on their children and also help them maintain financial independence. Here is more on that story.
I retired at 62 years old and now exercise at home and volunteer.
Now 78 years old, Mr. Yen has been enjoying his retirement for more than a decade, but depends on his children financially.
My son and daughter help take care of me. Then there's the old age welfare fund as well.
How can people in Taiwan maintain their quality of life after retirement? As a kindergarten teacher who will be retiring in 2 years, 61-year-old Ms. Zhang has made some preparations.
When I was making money, I developed a habit of saving. So after I retire, I will live off of my savings.
For most retired seniors in the country, their primary source of income are their children. However, due to low birth rates and an aging society, scholars recommend that retirees should still try to make some money to ensure financial independence and alleviate their children's burden.
We are now encouraging people to retire later because not everyone has 7 to 10 children, so people really should stay in the job market as long as they can.
Getting a job after retirement can help seniors re-establish meaning to their life. They will also have more control of their finances and can ensure that they are living the life that they want.
Staying in Taiwan, young volunteers of the Jingsi Books and Cafe in Tainan recently put on a performance of the musical adaptation of the Sutra of Innumerable Meetings and several Tzu Chi songs. Their performance touched many in the audience, especially the parents, who were delighted to see how much their children have matured through the act of volunteering.
Moving in tune with the music, the young volunteers of the Jingsi Books and Cafe present a sutra adaptation and several Tzu Chi songs, making their parents proud in the process.
Children are able to calm down and learn diligently here.
They learned how blessed they are and know they should help other people.
Among the young volunteers are these two sisters who have practiced, studied, and volunteered at Jingsi Books and Cafe together. Although their father passed away, they have matured quickly since joining the ranks of the young volunteers.
The master's teachings in these Jingsi publications can inspire these children.
After the children join a Jingsi Books and Cafe, they learn to embrace vegetarianism and protect lives.
I hope I may also do good deeds in the future.
Through partaking in the sutra adaptation performance, these young volunteers have nurtured their compassion while inspiring those around them to respect all living beings.
Next, we meet Wang映喻, a fourth-time recipient of the New Shoot Scholarship Award.映喻is a first-year grad student this year and knows that by working hard in school, she can help change her life around. With the years of companionship from the Tzu Chi volunteers,映喻has also learned that she is not alone in this world, as there is a group of volunteers silently encouraging her and giving her their full support. This is a rare trip home for first-year grad student Wang映喻, who studies in Taoyuan and works part-time. About 5 years ago, Yingyu's father injured his back in an accident, which left him paralyzed and bedridden.
In the past, we didn't spend much time together at home because he was often busy working. Now, whenever I come home, I make time to spend with him.
Before he was injured, Wang Ximing often took his family on vacations. However, his injury incapacitated him as well as the family's finances.
I have a part-time job, but it doesn't earn too much. I'm thankful that I have received a New Shoot scholarship, so I don't have to work more hours.
Wang Ximing is not overprotective of his children, as he knows they must learn to be independent.
I want her to have experience, as when she enters the workforce later on, she will meet people from all walks of life. It's like the old saying, at home everything is easy, elsewhere everything is difficult.
Now the father-daughter pair get along famously.
The father is a great role model. It was a miracle that he survived his injury. Yu studies away from home, so we have given her scholarship support to lessen her worries.
This is the fourth time Yu has received a New Shoot scholarship from Tzu Chi. In 2014, when she received the award, she was moved to tears at the support she was given.
There's a group of people who still care for you. Don't be disappointed or upset that your family situation is bad, because there is still a group of angels who care about you.
Even though her family background may not be as affluent as others, Yu knows education is a way for her to succeed in life.
Getting an education is a way for me to change my family's situation.
In Taiwan, we meet two Tzu Chi volunteers who have been safeguarding the planet for over 20 years. Volunteers Lai Xingsen and Lin Qingpo have collected recyclables long before the formation of a recycling station in Taiwan's Renhe district. The two vows to continue to protect the planet for as long as they live. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.